So now we'll see how why this topic. It means like what is the need to discuss about this now? So what is the need for this topic now? So we all know that we have been uh, forced to do our research nowadays, right? As being an academician, so we have to do research. So we have been forced, frankly speaking, we have been forced. And initially, if we, I have been forced to write a research proposal by my principal. Later, that it becomes my passion to write. So someone should be there to force us to do something. Otherwise, we people won't do. So why? What is the need for this? Why this topic now? So research budgets are shrinking everywhere. You know that the it's not actually it's a shrinking because due to the number of proposal has been increasing, the number of approvals has been coming down now. So you know that we have been forced, and everyone they come to uh, uh, write a proposal nowadays, right? So researchers are being forced to seek the external funding. That's what I have been discussed now. Researchers are being forced to seek for external funding from our institution or from our friends to get into a new, a higher cadre or the career. Okay, so we have been forced to seek the external funding. So writing a group proposal, grant proposal is not that much easy. So I've already informed you about uh, what are the difficulties that I have faced when writing a proposal, right? So it's not an easy job now. So you have to sit at least for a month to write your proposal. So I'm just telling that it's a minimum time that you may require to write a proposal. And the thing is to help you gain insight into the way decision makers assess and evaluate. So I would like to tell you how the decision makers assess and evaluate your research proposals. So, and this is how, what, and why this topic has been chosen. Uh, yes, of course. So you know what is a grants, right? Grants or nothing but the sum of money, that it's been awarded to the finance particular activities and not to be paid back. So it's been given by any external funding agencies to support the research, what we are going to do. And it's important to understand the goals of the funding bodies, that is main thing, right? And the grant programs. As I told you that DST is a scientific related department, right? So while we apply for those Department of Science and Technology, and our research proposal should match with their aim, the goal of that particular funding agency. If I submit a proposal like social science research to that funding agency which has a different goal, then the possibility of rejection will be more. So first thing we have to understand what is the main objective of the funding bodies, okay, and their grant programs. So you know that I have got this funding for conducting a conference from Department of Science and Technology. So accordingly, I have framed my title. So it should match with their objectives. So that's a very important thing to understand it. And decisions are made on the applicant's ability to fit the proposal, research activities to the interest of the funding body. It's only like this the capability or the applicant or the capability of the researcher. So how they come out, how they identify the capability of the researchers. So all research proposals should be uh, accompanied with the uh, resume of the applicant. You know, this it carries the weightage of the applicant. So here the main thing which plays a major role is our resume. So what they will look into, they just see what are the prior experience that you have in the proposed research activities. So they fit your ability with the proposed research activities. Okay, so if you're going to, so normally we don't have any research on the area that what we are going to propose now. So what I would like to suggest you is you can just start, or you can just choose a topic which you have already have prior experience on that. That would be helpful if when you apply for the research, that would be add to your probability of success is there. So I have also, while submitting my proposal, while presenting my proposal in front of the panel members, they have asked me a question like, what prior experience that you have on the tribal education? I was blank. I don't have any prior experience actually. But what I did is, I have told them I just explored the things with the students here, not with the tribals. So I have matched, I have done some research, published some papers on the technology, adopting the technology by the students and how it has an impact over their career or their future studies. So that's how I matched my capability with the my proposed research activities. So that's a main thing. So your resume carries more weightage while you submit the research proposal. Next is, before beginning or any proposal, we should consider the few things like, believe that someone wants to give you the money, right? Yes, the funding agencies are ready to provide you the money, and you know that both are professionals. You are a professional, and a funding agency, they are also professional. So, and the thing is, consider the long-term goals of your institution. So obviously, our institution looks for the faculty members who just want to, just get um, funding from external agency that adds up to their, um, that the NAC and the NBA purpose, right? So that has to be kept in mind, the long-term goals of your institution, and start with the end in mind. So always go with the bottom-up approach. So how I should end up? So what I did is, the application form. I just gone through the application form initially, and what are the things that I have to add up into that. So by keeping that in mind, I worked up like backwards. So backward everything I just uh, collected, and finally I end up with writing the proposal. So, and the thing is, identify yourself and your strengths. That's more important, right? That's what I told, that resume carries more important, while the decision makers or the people, the peer committee who review your proposal, they just first look into your resume. So build your resume very strong, and don't write your resume for more than 4 5 pages. If even if you have n number of publications, don't let it be a lengthy one. Just make it for the maximum of 3 to 4 pages. That's enough. So, and that should tell who are you, and you should brand yourself in that 2 3 pages. So that really attracts the committee members. And create a comprehensive plan, and not just a proposal of what you wish to achieve. Okay, that's a proposal. A full plan has to be given uh, with all the abstract and the main content, as well as your budget. Okay, so let us discuss further on that. Um, what are the contents should be there in a research proposal? So do your homework. Do your homework. Always do your homework, right? research prospective funding bodies. The There are many funding bodies out there. So what you have to do is first target the prospective funding bodies. Okay, those who are ready to give funding for the your institution or for your project. So just you can't apply for the DBT, Department of Biotechnology, right? There is a separate department in a DST. We can't apply for that. It's quite different. It's a biotechnology funding agency. So first we have to identify the prospective funding bodies for our researchers. We are in the management side. We have to identify the prospective funding bodies and target funding source that has interest in your organization and the program. It's more important. While applying the funding for conducting the capacity building program and the research methodology program in ICS website, I have noted down that it's meant only for the deemed universities, not for the private colleges. Somewhere I have seen so they list out the universities, they list out the interest or where they provide the or funding. So we have to first thoroughly uh, get the idea where or find the target source, you know, which really has an interest in our organization. So whether we belong to an private university or a deemed university or a private college, so we have to first target on those funding agencies who are ready to give the funding for that for our organization. That is more important. And do research on these. What are the current trends, current limitations and restrictions? What subject areas were awarded funding recently? Okay. So this is the homework that I have done for each and every proposal when I'm submitting. These are the some of the background work that I have done. So what are the current trends and current limitations and restrictions? These are the things that I have discussed with my mentor while before submitting my research proposal. It should not be some outdated things that what we are going to do or carry out our research. So it should be on the current trend, and the feasibility of doing the research is also very important. And that we have to first see the areas where the funding agencies have awarded has given funds. So we have to identify the areas, subject areas. So some funding agencies, what they do is they list out with the themes. They list out with the content where the applicant should apply for, the content or the area where we can apply for. Okay. So sometimes if it's not given this, we have to explore the subject areas where the funding agencies have already awarded the funds. Okay. So what are the future plans of the funder? After this, what are the future plans? What they normally do is they mainly aim for the implications of our research. So it's mainly they target on the policy making, right? So normally they do. So you have to identify the future plans of the funding agencies, and you should also know the decision makers and the assessors who are going to evaluate your proposal. So here there may be some 2-3 stages where our proposal will go through. It has to go through some 2-3 committees. So first, what they do? Let us take an example of ICSA. What normally they do is they have an initial screening committee. So what they do is they just check your eligibility or capability of yours. So one committee they look into and they shortlist and they send it to the experts. In those experts, what they do is they normally mm, go through our detailed research proposal, and they from that they finalize or they shortlist some few proposals. And the third stage is our presentation in front of all the panel members. So the panel members may be from the institution ICSSR or from the Ministry of HRD, from also from the the experts in that area, or from the professors from various colleges. Okay, so those people or the decision makers. So we should not believe that when it crosses these two stages, our proposal is being selected. No, so we have to impress the people who are sitting in the panel. Unless we do, it can't be processed, or it can't be a successful one. So you have to impress the peer review panel members. That's very important. And you have to brand yourself, or you have to showcase your capability in order to get it done. So what review process do they follow? So these are the things that you should know. What are the process and how many stages your proposal has to go through. And you should also know the deadlines for submission. That's very, very important. Don't take till the last date and submit your proposal, because in the last day there may be traffic, or your maybe you may get an internet issues, or maybe a postal delay. Okay, so this I have come across many times, because my what I do normally is I just submit at the end of the day, the last day of the submission. I used to do, but try to avoid that. So at least try to submit it before 2 3 days. Okay, and if it is online, yes, do it. Try to do it before 2 3 days online. Nowadays all the proposal has to be done online, so they accept the proposals only through online, and what they do is you have to download and send it to them later. But submitting the proposals online should be on time. Okay, and the hard copy of the proposal should also reach them on time. So very, very important thing to be noted. Don't extend till the last date. How long will the process take? It means I have submitted a proposal today. Okay, how long you have to wait to get the results? So you should know that. So normally all these things you can get it from the website of that particular agency. So it may take some 3 months or 4 months time. Okay, suppose if it is a program that what you want to conduct, like a conference or whatever, but we have seen an international travel or any other programs, a seminar or a conference or a workshop. Okay, so normally you have to submit your proposal some 3 4 months before. Suppose if you are planning to conduct it in the month of October, okay, October or September or October. Right now, you have to submit it. So it should be prior 3 months before, and it may take some 3 4 months to process and for the approval. So everything will be available in your funding body's website. And what is the proper way to approach them? So don't go prefer a shortcut to approach the people or the committee people or any higher officials in the organization. Just go straight away. You can just email them. Definitely they'll reply for your queries. Whatever doubt you have related to the submission of proposals or any other queries related to it, just directly mail them. Definitely they'll reply. See, I had a few experience in that. I had many doubts while they applied for this joint call proposals, which I've submitted for this joint call for India and the South Africa. So I had many doubts related to that, and straight away I have found the higher authority who's responsible, who's in charge for this joint call proposal. I just mailed him, and he gave me the reply, and he has clarified all my doubts. So you choose the proper way to approach them. Don't go in a shortcut method. Okay, that may lead to your rejection of your proposal. And you should also see how many people apply each year and what percentage of get grants. So as I told you that this Taiwan project, they have only two. You have only the approval is only two. So the possibility of getting it sanctioned may be less, right? And the Impress scheme, what I have got, the ongoing project, it's more than 300 people they have got this project. So, and the before thing, you have to just go through the websites of all the agencies, and you should see what are the how many people have got and in what area they have got. And we don't know, actually, we don't know how many people apply for that, but we can come to know how many projects has been sanctioned. Okay. So these are the background work that you have to do before submitting any proposal. So all these answers can be found on the funding body's website. And the other points to be remembered is the funding bodies always look for the good researchers, right? Those are capable of doing the research. So that I told you should concentrate more on your resume, build your resume, it's more attractive, and you should brand yourself. So be conscious on that. While designing your resume, be conscious, and it should be more attractive. Like it means you can also add photographs of your events or the main thing to be projected. So they don't have time to read out all each and every word in your resume. Just you project it, which is very important. So it should be a catchy one, and it should impress the panel members actually. So design it properly and submit it. And they are the real investors, and you also have the ideas. We are going to sell our idea. That's all. So you don't see that we're begging for that. So with money. So we have an idea, and they are also ready to sponsor for that idea. So they have the money, and they are also the professionals, and due to the professions, so they also um, give the money for our ideas. So what are the points? And these are the two professionals coming to work together for a specific purpose, and get to know the relevant people in the funding body. That's what I told you. Know we should know who is in charge for that particular funding program, and if you have any doubt, you can just contact them by sending emails. And I also made some few calls. And luckily, I have the person who is in charge, the authority, higher authority, is in charge for that particular funding program. He picked my call, and he has answered patiently for my questions. So people are there. So straight away you should know the relevant people in the funding body, and get help of finance office on matters related to staff. Okay, so what you can do is while preparing your budget, just you can seek help from your finance people in your college or from your friends. Okay. And how to relate how much to be um, proposed for each and every head. It may be on cost, staff cost, personnel whom you're going to recruit, the travel cost, overhead cost. So we can get help from the finance office people, and we can also have to get a help from the professionals. Like I told, I used to call my mentors, right? And in that case, in my last my ongoing project, what I did is I prepared that proposal some 1 or 2 years back. No, in 2019 I have submitted. Before that, I think I have done in 2018 I have prepared the proposal and I have submitted. But you know that they didn't receive my proposal. I mean, it was not on time. So they got the proposal some 1 or 2 days later. So they have rejected my proposal in 2018. But what I did is I reworked on the same proposal in 2019. I submitted the same. I reworked on it, and I have how I reworked. I got the professionals' advice advice. Like they just told me to work more on the objectives of that proposal. So I reframed the proposal, I reworked on the objectives and everything, and I submitted the proposal and I got it. So these are some of the points has to be remembered um, while we submit the proposal.